You are now tuned into Minimal Podcast, Trading Materials for Peace of Mind, hosted by me, Joseph Cooper. This is the inaugural episode, and today we are talking about minimalism and how it relates to cleanliness, organization, freedom, and most importantly, peace of mind. Thank you for listening, so let's jump right into it.
When it comes to material goods and items, we tend to think that we are not going to be happy until we obtain certain materials, until we achieve a certain amount of success or achieve a certain amount of money, a salary, whatever it may be. This is to think outside the box, really to think, this way of thinking it's counterculture. What I mean by that is that it's to think differently than what the masses are thinking, to think differently than what your friends and your family or your neighbors, your coworkers, your peers. Sometimes that popular way of thinking is not necessarily the true path to happiness. The true path to happiness, it has to come from within ourselves. We already know that only we can make ourselves happy. You can't go purchase happiness. You can't go into a store. You can't order it online. It's not going to come to your doorstep. It has to come from within. So many times people try to achieve happiness through material goods, through getting this and that, until they have a certain type of car, until they have a certain type of home. And in the midst of all of that, they lose everything. They lose themselves because those things will never make them happy. They can go chase those things for decades. And at the end of that path, it's always going to be the same. There's no fulfillment. There's no happiness. The happiness is always going to come from within. We're always going to find our happiness, in the things that really matter. So what are the things that matter? Love, the love of your family, the love of your friends. That's what really makes us rich. There's a big difference between rich and being wealthy. This isn't a channel dedicated to wealth. I don't have wealth. I'm probably never going to achieve wealth. Wealth is a monetary figure, but we can be rich. And sometimes being rich is much more important than being wealthy. Our richness can come, like I said, from our love. It can come from our health. It can come from our well-being. So this is what this channel was dedicated to. Really, it's going to be that encouragement, that positivity. It's going to be, it embodies so many different things that what this channel is going to be about. Like I said, this is the very first episode. It is the pilot episode. The things I want to talk about really today is going to be about minimalism as what is it? We hear about minimalism. We talk about people being a minimalist. Where does it come from? Why do I want to be one? What's so cool about it? What's so important about it? And the thing that's important about it is the more things that we own, the more things that we have, it creates a barrier. And it's a barrier that it just keeps piling up. It just keeps stacking up and stacking up and stacking up. And eventually, the more things that we do stack up, it's harder to see past that barrier, and it's harder for people to see us because we've built so much that we've built an imaginary wall, if you will, in between us, in between the people that we love. And it gets hard to see the real us. And I can't see over and they can't see me. So what minimalism is, it's tearing down that wall. It's bringing us all together as one because we really are just one. What are we one? Well, I always say, well, what race? I used to get that question a lot growing up. What race are you? Well, that's a pretty simple, answer because we're all the same race. We're all the human race. So this channel, I'm not trying to exclude anyone. This is an inclusion channel. This is something where I want to include everyone to subscribe, of course, to like, of course. But whether I get 5 views or 5 million, the goal is not going to change. It's always striving for that peace of mind. Peace of mind is the foundation of this channel. It's the foundation of myself. It's something that I'm always trying to achieve. If you see the hoodie I'm wearing, It's a quote from a rapper named Big Crit. It says, "If it don't touch my soul, then I can't listen to it." And he, in the song, it's called "The Vent." He said something. He said, "Trade my materials for a peace of mind." That line has always stuck with me. It always will stick with me, because saying that is really has transformed me. It's the reason for this channel. And one of the main things about minimalism is two things. It's getting rid of the junk in your life, the waste in your life. And it's also organizing the things that are important in your life. So one of the main factors of minimalism is cleanliness and organization. So the things about, we hear this phrase and we've heard it so often in our lifetime. We hear people say, "I want to clean my life up." Now, when we hear that, we think of figuratively and not necessarily literally. But what if we really did clean our lives up? What if we cleaned where we live? We cleaned our living spaces. We cleaned our bedroom. We cleaned our home. We cleaned our car. What can we do? Who will we be once we do those things? Because when you clean everything out, that's when you can really see the real thing, the real you. When you remove all the bad things, all the waste, all the drama, all the negativity, we get to see the real person. And I want you to be the real you. I want to be the real me. I want my living space, my home, to be as real as it can be. And the only way I'm going to achieve that is through cleanliness and organization. So one thing about minimalism, well, not just minimalism, just anything in life, is that we constantly strive for that gratification. Sometimes, in this era that we live in today, it's the short attention span era. I was just talking to my friend about a few days ago, and that with this short attention span era, if we don't get that instant gratification, we lose interest quickly, very quickly. You'll lose interest in working on yourself if you don't get that instant gratification. So we're going to get that instant gratification. This channel, like I said, it's also about tips and tricks. And one of the things, if I tell you, go clean your home, give a real blanket, vague statement, go clean your home. Well, that could be overwhelming. The thought of cleaning an entire house is overwhelming because there's so many components of a home. There's bedrooms, there's bathrooms, there's a kitchen, there's a living room, there's a dining room, there's a front yard, a backyard. And if I just say, go clean that and then come back for episode number 2, you're never going to get there. The thought is overwhelming because our living spaces, depending on where we live, how big is the area that we live in. We're not going to maybe do it in one day. Sometimes it's going to take, sometimes people can only clean on the weekends, on their day off. How many days off do we get? It differs from person to person. So if one person, they might be able to do it in a couple weeks. One person may be able to do it in a couple months. One person may have to map out the entire year to get their home to a cleanliness level that they're striving to be. So, but this is the tip and trick that I want to leave you with today. Like I said, we are going to achieve something every day on this channel. We are going to set goals every day on this channel. So what I want you to do is find the smallest, tiniest living space in your home. If you don't have a home, what is the tiniest living space in your apartment? If it's not an apartment, maybe you only have a bedroom. If it's just your bedroom, if it's just your closet, find the smallest space in your home today and clean it from top to bottom. If it's a half bathroom, then focus on that. Don't focus on anything else. Don't worry about the rest of the house. Focus on the half bathroom only. Maybe it's just a closet. Work on that. Focus on that only. Clean it out from top to bottom. Maybe you don't have a closet. Maybe you don't have a half bathroom. Maybe it's just your car. If it's your car, clean it out from bumper to bumper, from top to bottom. Clean it all the way out. Throw away all the trash. Vacuum it, wash it, Tell me how you feel after you do that. Like I said, even if it's just a closet, clean your closet. That's what I'm sitting in right now, recording this video. Clean the closet, clean the half bathroom. Maybe it's a pantry, whatever the smallest space is, just do it today. Clean it out from top to bottom and tell me how you feel about that after you're done. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is such a liberating feeling when we get rid of the garbage, when we get rid of the waste, when we get rid of the negativity, all the things that we don't need in our lives. When we get rid of it, I'm telling you, you are going to feel so much better. And then and like I said, start with the smallest space and move up in increments. If it's, like I said, if it's the closet, whether it's the half bath, whether it's your car, and then do that, knock it out, spend however long it takes, whether it's 1 hour, whether it's 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, do it. You're going to feel so much better about yourself mentally. And then, how the mental affects the body. So it's going to affect you physically. You're going to feel good mentally. You're going to feel good physically. Just do it. And then move on. If you can't do it tomorrow, if you can't do it the day after tomorrow, do it next week. If you can't do it next week, do it 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, even if it's next month, because you already knocked one down. You already checked off an item in your home. And then we're going to move on to the next biggest space after that. Maybe it's your kitchen. Maybe it's your dining room. Maybe it's just your bedroom. Focus on it, knock it out. And we're just going to keep knocking things out week after week, month after month. We're going to keep knocking it down. We're going to tackle that list. We are going to clean up our home. We're going to clean up our cars. We're going to clean up our lives. This channel, we're going to talk about throwing away things. My favorite day of the week is the day that the trash comes and picks up trash from the curb. That day where I live, it's Tuesdays. Tuesdays are the best day of the week for me because that gives an opportunity to throw more stuff away. Because the older I get, the less things that I need. The things that I want more of, like I said, it's all inside. It's all internal. I want more peace of mind. And I notice I get more peace of mind the more things that go out the front door, the more that goes into the waste basket, the more things that go into the trash can, the more things that go into the garbage can that gets picked up. Every time I throw something away, I am being liberated. I am freeing myself. I want you to be free. We cannot be free because we are tied to these materialistic things. We can't. We used to think materialistic things were going to make us happy. It was going to make us somehow smart. It was just going to make us better. And then none of that is true. So that's what I really want to focus on. Is we are going to focus on ourselves. We are going to focus on our homes. We are going to focus on our living conditions. We are going to focus on cleanliness, like I said, organization. This is older than me. This has been around for centuries. This is old news, but it's the good news. This is the way. This is the way we're going to better ourselves. And there's so much that's going to embody this channel. And I definitely want to leave you with that. Like I said, we are going to strive. We're going to get better. We're going to do it together. Every day, we're going to be cleaning. We are going to achieve that peace of mind that, a lot of people think it's elusive, but I know it's there. We're going to get it. We're going to get it together. And we're going to make it to that mountaintop. So, I'm going to leave it here. Like I said, the goal, find the smallest living space in your home, clean it, and we'll meet again, after this one. Of course, it'll be episode 2. Thank you. God bless and have a good day.
Thank you for lending your ears. If you enjoy what you're hearing, please subscribe and tell your friends about this podcast. You can also show your support by purchasing a hoodie at minimalbranded.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at minimal.branded. New episodes will be uploaded weekly. Thank you again.